Hi and welcome to the next edition in our club design series. Today we're going to talk about face profile, and we're talking about the dimensions of the face between heel and toe and top and bottom. The differences that you see between iron to iron. So here you can see two different clubs. This one here is the Ping G410, okay, and then this one here is the MP 18 Fly High iron, okay. And when you're fitting someone and when you're maybe thinking about the clubs that might be appropriate for you, you've got to think about where your misses might be or not be. So the higher or the better the ability player you are, you might find that your centre strike is more consistent and more in the right place, okay? Whereas if you're maybe a slightly higher handicap, you might find that your misses, in terms of your ball striking, you might have more misses towards the heel, maybe more towards the toe. Okay, so let's say, for example, someone who's got an out to in swing, let's say a right-hander swings the club across the line, okay, so he's swinging, if the direction's down here, he's swinging actually across the line this way. Very often, the strike will be, because the club's pulling in this direction, the strike will be into the toe area. When you strike it in the toe area, yeah, the club head will twist more violently, it's less forgiving, okay, or it's a less forgiving place to hit it. So depending on where you strike it, if you're someone who pulls the club across the ball in an out to in action, you might find a club that has more space, more hitting area in this sort of area is actually better towards the toe. So something like the G410, for example, as you can see compared to the MP18, I don't know how clear that is from just by showing it to the camera there, but the width from heel to toe is a lot wider, and therefore there's more surface area here, there's more, more place to miss it basically. So that could be a favourable miss, favourable club head design for someone who misses it in that direction. The other thing with the G410, this is something we haven't covered yet, but it's the perimeter weighting in the golf club. If it is a toe strike, then yes, the club head will twist, but it won't twist as violently, and you'll get more ball speed transferred, or more energy transferred into the ball for more ball speed. So that could be someone who misses in this sort of section. This is a better profile for them, perhaps. Okay, for someone who misses it more, if let's say your angle of attack is steeper or more shallow, you may find your misses are less from heel to toe and more from top to bottom. Okay, better players often miss it more top to bottom than heel to toe. So you might find a club, not necessarily saying the MP18 is this club, but you might find a club that is higher in this sort of section is a better way or a better profile for that particular player, where their misses are higher and lower. Okay, clubs like the MPs tend to not have as much perimeter weighting, so the sweet spot and the best strikes are from the sweet spot, and they're more central. But as you your misses start to move away from that centre spot, then more perimeter weighting is appropriate. But the face profile does give you an indication about whether a club is built for someone whose misses are maybe a little bit off centre or not, okay? And that's something we consider. So whether you're talking about the G410, whether you're talking about the MP18, when you're talking about a more bladed club, maybe more like an MP18 blade or a Callaway blade, or whatever blade it may be, no perimeter weighting, a much smaller profile, the focus of a good player is, to hit it out the sweet spot, and also their ability to shape the ball. They want the feedback. If they are going to miss hit it, they want the feedback that it is slightly off centre, because that feedback will give them a clue about what they might need to work on from a swing perspective. Someone whose technique might not be as proficient and not quite as sure about what they are doing, then the forgiveness you might get from a bigger profile club is actually quite important. And like I say, the considerations you're making here are heel to toe, top to bottom, okay? And there are many models. That's why it's good to have such a range of clubs to choose from, because you can choose the club that suits that player. And it's amazing, as someone who's watching a lot of players all the time, the profiles that you've got to work with, the matrix of clubs and club profiles you've got to work with. And it's amazing how right a club can look behind the ball in certain players' hands, because you understand the technique, you understand the club movement, and you know what sort of shape is going to be more to their preference, and also give them better performance. Okay, so another thing to think about, just be aware of it, compare models when you're trying clubs, when you're testing clubs, when you're getting fitted, ask questions. Why have you chosen this shape? Why have you chosen this size of club head? Some clubs have a higher toe, some have it higher in the heel. All these things are decisions to make, and they all make a little bit of a difference, and they're all done for a reason. The designers have made the dimensions as they are for a reason, and you know, it will be either appropriate for you or less appropriate for you. So it's important to understand it, make note of it, observe it, yeah, and make decisions based on that as well as the other things that we've been talking about in this series. Okay, so I hope that helps. Any questions, please give us a call. Feel free to contact us, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next edition of this Club Design series.